Okay, I'm here at the Paul Douglas Forest Preserve. I'm using the DJI OSMO NANO. I'm running it in endurance mode. This is supposed to be the longest running for this camera. I'm running it in 1080, 30 feet per second. I've tried it at 4K. I've tried it at 2K, and the camera is overheating. I'm hoping that I can get this to run at least 60 minutes. Now, I've learned quite a bit now about these little thumbnail cameras. And I've come to the conclusion is that they're just not ready yet. We're trying to pack a lot into this little camera. And there's just so much processing, the battery, heat being built up. They need some better thermal management capability. So this could be the reason why we haven't seen GoPro hasn't entered into this market. They probably got prototypes, see what they've been hitting the wall at, and just don't want to release something that's going to be pissing people off that can't perform. That's my opinion. So right now I'm going to see if I can get at least 1080. It looks good on a cell phone. It looks 1080 looks good on my TV too, but you know, was trying to shoot for that 4K look. Now, other things I've learned with shooting with these cameras is that when I see something that's more than 100 feet away, it's unlikely you'll be able to see it. So if it's not within 100 feet, I'm going to mention it that I see something, but don't expect that you're going to be able to see it because it's just too far off for this camera to get the action. That's just the way it is. So hopefully you can see this. The beaver dam there is falling apart, and I don't see any herring fishing. For some reason, they haven't been around. It's kind of odd. Usually you'll see the Canadian geese in this stuff. I don't even see them. Oh, there's a duck. Today they're having as you can see the bikes coming through here. They're having their race on the dirt trails. So we might be coming up to a little congestion. And we're gonna have to stop here. Okay, all clear. In endurance mode, which I'm set to right now, I guess wind reduction eats up processor speed. There's no wind reduction, by the way, so the only wind reduction I have is the little foam pads that I put on over the mics, and that's it. I have also done is that when I rode up here today, is I didn't turn this on until I got up to the trail system. Race in progress. Okay, so that way the camera wasn't any, it's nice and cool. It's on top of my head. I would figure with the wind blowing through, it should be help cooling it, yeah. I am using a, what do you call, off-the-shelf case. This is one of those ones where you put your thumbnail camera in there, and it closes over the top of it instead of being held by the magnetic battery. Now, the only reason I went with this is that I took and painted the mount, and I'll take a picture of it, and I painted it white to match the helmet. So instead of having just an all black camera mounted on the helmet, kind of trying to have it blend in. It'll be a little less for people to see it. I'm going downhill here. It's nice. Now the dirt bike trails, they run on this side in here. I can barely see the trail. It runs parallel to here. Difficult for you to see it, but trust me, it's just about 100 feet on that side. Up here is one of the entrances. The last time I came up here, they had food and drinks up here where they had the old stables. I wonder if they're doing that today also. Wait a minute. They have the whole trail. Blocked off. Interesting. So here comes one of the riders. Looks like I'll have to ride the opposite direction today. Well, I didn't think they would bump it all the way off. Last time they did this, they just cut off one lane. This time they decided to cut the whole thing off. Well, that's a disappointment. So you get to see the other side of the trail. we're also gonna be, if the camera keeps running, going down Roselle Road, and we're gonna get a lot of noise, traffic noise. Yeah, there's one thing I've noticed with this whole system here. For some crazy reason, it's like when you broadcast it to your cell phone, once in a while I'll hit a bump and the whole screen spins. It's very interesting. And that, on the cell phone, I'm picking up. It is quite green in here. Cell phone is showing it too. Of course, this is that stretch of the Forest Reserve path that's all downhill. It's always the most enjoyable time. It's just no more pedaling, just the big long coast. Then you got to go up this little hill. Then you can get a little relief again and just coast again. And then there's the race. Now that we're going this way, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to go back up to Roselle Road. I'm going to ride on Ela here. They just paved it. Maybe I'll even do a little ride into the homes over here. I originally, oh my God, 30 years ago, was looking at a house out here off of Ela here, and the craziest thing, I was like, am I imagining this? But there's a castle. And let's see if I can find that castle. Hopefully the camera lasts that long. Right now we got 13 minutes in. Oh, it's supposed to rain today too, so just in case, I brought my rain jacket and a pair of waterproof pants. Nothing like coming home freezing your butt off. Here's the Highland Woods Golf Course. There's some gophers. And someone up here got the same idea and thought, hey, let's ride down Ela. It's Sunday. It's not that busy today. Now you see some more of the golf course. This is the Forest Reserve's golf course right here. In the wonderful county of Crook County. For some reason, people keep taking the R off the sign where it says Crook County, but we all know how to pronounce it the proper way. Highland Woods. Yeah, been working on my lower spine. Oh, here's this is part of the trail for the racing. And the guy is out here ringing a bell. He's the bell ringer. Now this is kind of, they just built this house. I like it. My dad would say it's insane to have a house here with a flat roof. And let's go down Hickory. I don't know if Hickory is the one that had the castle, but we'll soon find out. You get some interesting views here. There's a house that I had looked in here. This also, we had that housing bust bubble, and homes went down. There's one that has a gazebo in the back. I can see one of them out there. Yeah, this is it. I think we're coming up to the castle. Yeah, I was looking at these houses here, and all of a sudden I'm going like, oh no, it's roped off. We can't go up, but you can. Here, if I can get it all over here. Oh man, look, you could. Hopefully you can see it. Wait a minute. My bad, boy. There it is. I'm sure it is. Is that cool or not? Okay. So yeah, the castle. Gotta have it. Yeah, this is quite the interesting neighborhood. All septic systems, wells. Some homes really need some work. Why not? You're right in the middle of the forest reserve. All you got is wildlife around you. Hardly anybody. And this is the Beyond Custom, and they parked this old Hummer here, just kind of like promote his. He builds these custom homes, so this is his home right here. So this is kind of like a sales pitch. Since the bike race is on, we might as well go down the other road. I think this is only a two-road community. This was the street that I had been looking at the time when the housing crash happened. Was that 2008? And people got over their head with the mortgages. And there was several homes in here that were available. I think this white house here, I think in the back, I think it has indoor outdoor indoor swimming pool in the back. If I remember right, one of these do. Smile, you're being videotaped. Look at this, all nice forest reserve. And that's about as far as we're gonna go. Oh, I can see the back there, all the way in the back. You can't see it, but that's I can see the trail for the dirt bike riders back up to that. Okay, we're in about 20 minutes now of running time. House behind a house. They called it. Somebody had a little birthday party. Guy has a huge lot. It's to be targeted for to be torn down and then redeveloped for many homes. Even this house here too. I'm sure they've gotten offers to sell the property. Now, kind of interesting when you go down Yellow Road, is it springtime? So whenever the turtles are spawning, they build their nests right along the edge throughout here. And I guess they do it because it helps heat up the eggs but you'll see the snapping turtles crossing in here, and the neighbors back there, some of them are love their turtles. They'll put signs up here warning turtle crossings, so then you know it's that time when the turtles are trying to make their nests alongside the roads here. But this is really nice riding now that they've repaved the street. Would have been nice if they put a dedicated bike lane in. They had the opportunities to do it, but Hoffman Estates, I guess, choose not to. Yeah, I think this was a better idea to ride this side down. You don't have to hear all the car noise down Roselle Road. Even though it's kind of interesting, you ride past some old farm property, then you get into the Catholic church cemetery, where allegedly there's a ghost of a woman walking in her nightgown along the road, allegedly, they say. When I was working, used to go down that road all the time. In 30 years, I've never seen anything. You know, what blows my mind about the see in the cemetery when you're driving past it is when you'll see the people out there. And first I thought they were just doing a burial, and they got the shade tents up, and then I realized, nah, they're just grilling and paying their respects to whoever. So it's kind of different. And then on the other side is the Lutheran church. And okay, race in progress. This is a really bad spot here. Watch, and if you see this rolling, now I'm wondering if this if they're not, if I'm going to be able to get past up here, because I think this race has to hit the pavement of the asphalt up here, where they have to go over the swamp. Now we're going to be on 62 Algonquin Road. This is a favorite road for all the gravel trucks, because coming that way out, which we're looking way out there in Crystal Lake, there's gravel pits, and those gravel trucks come through here. They come like in a convoy, and these lights, sometimes they ignore them. They just keep going through. I don't know if they get paid by the load and they got to race back. Here's another part of the track. So I think what they did there is, I'm assuming they're not, that kind of loops. You come around there and there's another path back. And I imagine maybe that's what they're doing today. Instead of hopping on this and going across to the next jump over, they're just doing that back loop section. Let's see if I can see what's going on. Okay. So when they want to work on these trails, they drive in right over up here. And here it is. Right there is where they drive up, and then they go back to the back. But yeah. That's the race. So I don't think they're using this other sections of the dirt trails. So like I said though, typically they just would cut one lane off, and that's all. So why they decided to do both? Yeah. Oh, look at this. Big accident. Hit the railing. Now this railing, that's where the damage is. This is way down at the other end here. Yeah. They dragged that all the way. All dragged down all the way from over here. Whoa. Hate that when that happens. Feet slip off the pedals. Okay, so this is where that hunk of steel came off of. Right here. And it got dragged all the way down. Wow. This is usually a good spot. The deer, you can see, I don't know if you can see the little trails, but sometimes they hang out there eating. For some reason this year, they haven't been as active. And I was expecting a little bit more activity today with all the guys riding the dirt trails that kind of like would push the deer out. Yeah, so this is part of the other trail system. So they're not using this side. Because this one right there goes that way. I took this bike down this trail here. Kind of interesting. It goes over this way and then it goes over this creek. And then you have to go across these rock right there. I don't know if you can see that in there. And you ride over that. And then it rides parallel to there. Oh, look at this. Hi, little bunny. You know you're going to get eaten by the hawk. He's right up in these trees right over here. That one there, that dead tree. That one there that he hangs out on. Surprised he's not scoping out the trail. There was our wildlife. Yeah, this is hawk territory. Nothing to... Oh, I just heard him screech. I don't see him, but usually he'll scream, then you'll hear the other one scream. They're all talking back and forth. They're way out. Oh, this is grasshopper season. Don't you hate that? You're riding along and all of a sudden those stupid grasshoppers are laying here on the asphalt and they just pop up and fly into you. And then those legs, whatever, with those, they're like Velcro. They stick right on you. Oh, and you gotta pull one of these suckers off your shirt. Ugh. Well, got half an hour in on this ride so far. Over here is the strip mall, the Walgreens. Got a Dairy Queen. Bistro Wasabi, that's our sushi place. We've got whatever Thai place that is, Jade Thai. And then next to it there's another Asian. And then Cardinal Liquor Store. Then we got in there is we have Agave, Mexican. We got also the liquor store. We got Dunkin' Donuts, the bank. Let's see how much I can get going over here. Okay. Should be able to ride right across. They got the turn going. Now they got the green. Should be able to just roll right across. And riding without a helmet and have your kid in the back, not a good thing. Okay, so here's the other strip mall. I call this the American strip mall because the other one is got the Asian, Thai, Mexican. Over here we got the Code Ninja. You can teach your kids how to build an app. You got the vape store, fitness center, cleaners, the bakery. The bakery is really good. Peterson's, pizza, slot machines, chiropractor, salon for the women, First Place Sports Car and Grill, florist. Here's the bike shop. This is the one sponsoring the bike trails at Barbershop. Mr. Breakfast. They make a pretty good, big, giant breakfast. There's the bubble tea place back there. Dog grooming. And we have nail salon. That was an Italian restaurant back there. Dick Ponds. Running shoes. On that side there is a dance studio for the kids. This is very popular. This used to be in a very tiny section over there in the jiu-jitsu building, and then they get so popular that they decide to take over that whole building there. But there's Benedetto's. That's the Italian food place. Got good food. So there's the bike store. I think Crank Revolutions is their name. Well, it looks like the light just changed. You can see the cars. Typically, I would go in the turn lane, but since I have to wait, I might as well hit the button. And yeah, we'll see what we got going on now. We should be able to get some distance down there. Hopefully they have it set off to one lane. Yeah. Now,
these people don't wait for us.
No, we've got the they got the sign, but they just keep going. Got to keep your head on a swivel. Okay. That's where they stockpile all the gravel and rock for the bike trail repairs and future trail building. Matter of fact, the latest trail building is this one here. They just completed this. This goes up that way, goes up to Freeman Road, rides parallel to it up in there. So they get a little bit of scenery of the old farmhouse property up in there, I imagine. During the spring, when all this stuff is not overgrown, you can actually see up in here where the house used to be. You'll see some like stone, like there's this block of stone back there, and up in there you'll see like daylilies, you know. But yeah, there's another big block of stone up there. Probably can't see it because it's probably just right out of the field of view of the camera. Like I said, if it's not 100 feet in front here, you're probably not going to see it. I do like when they come back here to the Forest Reserve and they cut the brush back. It usually brings out the wildlife. How you doing? Yeah. 42 minutes in. Hopefully it's not too noisy without the wind reduction on. Okay, so they have the race connected in through this trail. But they might be done with it because I didn't see anybody manning the entrance. So what time is it? A little over 10:30 now. So yeah, I imagine they've called it. And that trail runs way back because they got to get it along a bunch of marshy stuff out here. This is usually a favorite for deer, but this year, nada. Not a one hanging out in here. Oh, did I see one? No. Just a tree. I was even thinking about turning off the stabilizer, figuring that, you know, with the camera being on your head, maybe you know, your head, your body actually stabilizes the field of view. How you doing? Yeah, so all these little thoughts right now. Just want to see what this looks like. Like I say, I don't have any film editing tools, so I'll have to rely on this camera running all the time. And if it does overheat and has to shut down, splicing in. So here's the crew. He's parked, so I don't see anybody there maintaining anything. So that's part of the race. It runs around here. You should get a little better view of it, like, because it runs right along the trees here. You can see it right there. I don't see anybody coming through it. Here are the 3-story townhomes. The only cool feature, I've mentioned this before, is the patios on top of the roof. And then how the first group of people just went with the walkout up, and I see a cop up here, probably directing traffic for the race, because they probably maybe are using some overflow parking. Now the next group of people, they've built bigger. Besides just a walkout up top, they've got little rooms up there. And then they put wrought iron grating even in the front and back of the house, of the townhouse. So they got really creative. And yeah, so here's Hoffman States Police. I'm sure they're parked here just because of the race. Maybe oh yeah, he's in there. I didn't think he was. So we're coming up to one of the other entrances of the race. Like I said, typically when they run these dirt races, they only cut off one side. Here's and then they usually pop out. Oh, building this up. They usually come right out here. And look at this. They've cut the trail off. Instead of just cutting off one side, they cut both off. Oh, I can get through now?
Yeah, the last one just went through, and you got about 20 minutes before it starts again.
Oh.
The next wave.
Okay.
So you're good.
Thank you. All right, guys. So yeah. And then what it looks like they're doing is they're not riding here. They're riding on the grass on this side over. So they're not even utilizing the bike path. So what's the story with that? Oh, and it looks like I'm only going to get 40. Right now it says I have 49 minutes, and it says I have my battery is running out. Hey, how you guys doing? Having a good race? So there's the race that come across, and actually they're not riding the grass. That's somebody else. And then see if I can before the battery kicks me out. So they're going to have a second run here. And here's all the sponsors. Have a little medical. That's the ambulance service. And of course, there's one of the cycle shops. And guy, you're driving too fucking slow. See if I can get all this in before the battery dies. Make the little trip video a little more interesting. Okay, Irving Tools. Another. Okay, dude, what are you doing? Illinois Cycling. Dr. Dogs. Huh. Well, maybe I'll have to try a Dr. Dogs. Okay. So this is the whole bike trail. There's the guys finishing up the race. Paul Douglas cycling, and here's Dr. Dogs. Well, for me to pay for this, I have to take my phone out. Hey, can I pay by Apple Pay?
Yeah,
Okay. All right, so let's see if hot dog with everything.